Hello and welcome to a new series called How to Be Happy, and this is part 1 of hopefully 100. So in this series I'm going to distill and explain everything about happiness. Now, why am I doing this? I feel like I optimize my life for happiness. But before I start, I want to get to the root of why I want to start this series, which is kind of like a podcast talk type of series. So recently I was watching this video by Ali Abdal, which was really good actually. It made me think. I haven't actually watched his videos in a while. He was saying to start something such as writing or creative process, you should really talk about something you really know. So starting this YouTube channel, I thought I really knew a lot about science because frankly, I've been studying for over 14 years in science. And yes, I may know one or two things about science. However, how do I apply this knowledge to the masses, to gain an audience and to have people that actually, watch your stuff and resonate with it? Like, how am I going to apply my knowledge in science, which is so particular, actually? My PhD is a very particular field of science. And then I was thinking at night and I just thought, the thing that I know most about, or the thing that I think I know most about, is actually people. I've been studying people for longer than I've been studying at school. Like, ever since I was a child, I was a very quiet and observant child, and I think I know people a lot. Like, I know why people lie, why people do certain things, how people actually try to be deceptive, how people try to mask their unhappiness, mask their anger and stuff like that. So I feel like, yeah, why not make this YouTube channel a lot more about happiness? And it's not a big deviation from my previous videos on this channel, because ultimately I was always optimizing for happiness. I wanted my content to have a deeper meaning, especially around the themes of happiness and content and stuff like that. So that's just the preface to this video. So in this series we are going to distill like what happiness is and how to achieve it. And before I start, I really want to say that happiness is one of those things which is right under your nose, but because of the way we are built, we can't actually see under our nose, and therefore we search far and wide, but at the end of the day we realize that what we were searching for is literally already part of us and we just have to find it. So I think I'm a happy person, and now this has taken me years to achieve. I haven't become a happy person overnight, and what happiness is hard to describe. It is not a feeling, it is not a state of mind. It is kind of in between, it's kind of many things, it's multifaceted, it kind of encompasses many different things. But I feel like when you find true happiness, you know what it is, and you can take that with you for the rest of your life, and no one person or no one single thing can actually ruin that. And I feel like a lot of people have not reached this. Like, when you are truly happy, you don't feel the need to actually let other people know you're happy. So you won't see on my Instagram feed like a million pictures of me being happy with, materialistic things or stuff like that. That doesn't actually benefit me or you. In fact, it actually is worse for you, for me to show something that is unrealistic to the majority of the population. Now, I don't think being happy is unrealistic to achieve. I feel like everyone can achieve this. And I know everyone optimizes their life differently, but I optimize my life for happiness. So in this first segment, I want to talk about what exactly is happiness. Like I said, happiness is a word, right? Many people would describe it as a feeling or a state of mind or something that involves release of chemicals, hormones such as endorphins, or whatever science that you want to apply to it. There's always a definition, but essentially, when you're a kid, every kid wants to be happy. Now, this is what I'm going to be focusing on. It's a prolonged experience of feeling happy. It's kind of like peace. When countries are at peace, there's a period of time where there's no war. And essentially, that could be happiness. Now, I think we have to realize that happiness is different for everyone, because everyone is different. Everyone thinks differently. Everyone's brain matter is made differently. Everyone's cellular structure is different. I do not want to get too much into the science of this. Everyone's psychology is different. But it seems as humans, we are actually chasing the same thing, because the definition of success and happiness is something that is pretty much just mixed and matched. The definition of success, especially in countries like the USA and the UK, because I can speak for them, the definition of success looks like the same thing to most people. It means having money, having spare time, going on holidays and stuff like that. And I feel like we convince ourselves that is what happiness is. For example, I think traveling is fun or nice and stuff like that, but I really do think it's overrated, and not a lot of people will agree with me that traveling is overrated, because for some reason, even if you had the worst time during your travels. Like, it was so hot and humid, you had the worst lunch, you had the worst experience. If someone asks you how was your travel to Dubai, or how was your travel to Cancun, or some exotic place, just name it, you would immediately just give the wrong answer. You'd be like, oh my god, it was amazing. You would say, you should see the pictures I've taken on Instagram, like, it was amazing, I really highly recommend it, can't believe that was a once in a lifetime experience, and I have holiday blues now. We as humans are very much creatures that seek external validation. Even when we don't enjoy something, we tell other people that we've enjoyed it. So the pursuit of happiness is, therefore, as you can imagine, this is why it's going to be a 100-part series. Like, it's never ending. I really do hope you stay for the journey for this 100-part series, and I am fully planning on making it a 100-part series, because I feel like I can talk about this topic forever. Like, I should just change my channel to the pursuit of happiness or something like that. I'm sure there are channels like that, and I'm sure that name is taken on a movie or something along those lines. But yeah, what is happiness? So for everyone it's different. So for me, I can only explain what happiness is. Happiness is essentially more of a frame of mind. It's like an area that you can get to. And this area, how do I explain it? So it's an area that you can get to in your life, and it doesn't mean you're always in it. So you're in this area, but sometimes you can sway out the area, and sometimes you can sway left or right. But either way, you get back to it. You know how to get back to it. You have the compass, you have the directions to get back to this place. In achieving happiness, you must realize that the source of unhappiness is a lot of the times external. So things out of our control. Most people do things for other people. A lot of people don't even really know what they like, but because they feel like they should like, for example, going out, they should like drinking, they should like partying, they should like traveling, they should like kayaking, they should like football. They do it because other people like it. And the funny thing is, the other people do it because other people like it. So it's knowing what you want and knowing what you do not want. And it's very important that you actually live your own life. I know there's a lot of self-help stuff going around, and this kind of falls in the realm of self-help, I know. But it's very important, I would say until you're 25 minimum or 30, to just live your life and make your mistakes. The mistakes you make are so valuable. Why do you want to make other people's mistakes? Like, why do you want to learn from other people's mistakes? You don't actually have the valuable experiences they've gained from making that mistake. So why would you be on self-improvement at such a young age? It just doesn't make sense. You don't self-improve something that is already developing. Like, I just don't understand that. Like, even 25 is pretty young for self-development. Like, all these YouTubers that are telling you about self-development, I just don't understand. If you're below 30, you shouldn't be worried about self-development. You should be worried about development. Like, you should be worried about just making your mistakes. I think the mistakes that you make when you're young are so valuable. Like, I really believe the more expensive the mistake, the more valuable the lesson that you've learned. Yeah, self-development, I have a problem with self-development, but I don't have a problem with seeking happiness, right? Because you do it at your own pace. I am not going to tell you what to do. I might tell you the way that you might want to think. Like, I will guide you, but I'm not going to tell you to delay instant gratification. Like, how would you know what that isn't when all you know is that you shouldn't do it? Like, you really do need to make your own mistakes. I feel like I can talk about this topic forever, and I feel like I should possibly wrap this video up. And I'm definitely not finished with what happiness is. This is just the introduction of this video. So do make sure you subscribe to keep up with the entire series, and hopefully by the end of the series we all get a bit closer to happiness, and I can actually spread the real message of like how I feel happy, and how I don't think anyone can take that away from me. So I'm going to leave you wonderful people with a kind of take-home message of what happiness is, and happiness is definitely different from person to person. However, there are similarities, and those similarities we are going to explore in the next episode. So definitely stay tuned. This is more of an introductory episode, and I hope to see you guys on the next one. And as always, thank you for watching.